Welcome all back to another Board Game Bangers episode, and this one is going to be an absolute ripper for you. So this episode is all about the top 10 games that we recommend for those beginner board gamers in your life. So it could be your loved one, could be your family, could be your workmate, could be even a secret Santa. But these are the top 10 games that we recommend for those people just getting into board games and wanting that something just that little bit more than the Monopoly, the Yahtzee, the Scrabbles. So these are going to be 10 games that you should be wrapping up and putting under the Christmas tree. So let's get into it. So number 10 is the Exit series of board games. Now the Exit series are puzzles in a box, they're escape rooms in a box. They're absolutely brilliant games. The one I've actually picked for you is the Enchanted Forest, which is a great little game about traveling through the woods, and you've got these fairy tale creatures and you've got all these puzzles you have to solve. It's an absolute brilliant game, and you know what? The whole family is gonna love this when you bring it out, and you can play this escape room in a box with your family or your friends. So number 10, Exit Enchanted Forest. Okay, let's go number 9, and what we have for you is the most mainstream game on this list. It is Taco Cat spelled backwards. You can walk into any big box store and you're gonna be able to find this on the shelf. This is a great little two-player dueling game, cute art, and it's gonna be a game that everyone's gonna just sort of just sit down and go, do you know what? Why haven't we been playing these games our whole life? These are gonna be great little intro games to get people into playing something just that little bit different. So number 9, Taco Cat spelled backwards. Number 8, what we have for you is Chronicles of Crime, but not any Chronicles of Crime. I've picked 1900, which is the new Millennium Trilogy. It's the first one in the series. So if they actually enjoy this game, you can buy the next 2 in the series and they're gonna keep loving them as presents for years to come. So what is Chronicles of Crime? So basically what it is a VR app-driven game where you're solving a crime. You're looking into the camera and you're looking for clues, and you're investigating it, and you're questioning witnesses. You're scanning QR codes. Great little game. Look, the beginner board gamer in your life is never going to play anything like this. It's going to absolutely blow their socks off. So number 8 is the Chronicle series, and especially 1900. Okay, let's get into number 7, and what we have for you is probably something that, again, no one's going to have played this before, this sort of type of game, and they're going to be like, where has this been in my life? Tiny towns. You've got little resource cubes and you're turning them into shapes, and then you're turning them into buildings, and you've got to match up buildings. It is going to blow their brains, but they are going to have their best 45 to 60 minutes of their life playing this game. It is an absolute ripper of a game. Everyone I've played with it has absolutely loved it. So Tiny Towns, number 7. Okay, let's move into number 6, and this one's a little bit of a cheat for you, but I actually have 2 games on the list. So what we have here in front of you is Ticket to Ride Amsterdam, which is the little baby in the Ticket to Ride series. What we also have for you is the other recommendation is the Ticket to Ride 15th Anniversary Europe Edition. Now, one of them's a bit higher on the budget, this one's a lot lower on the budget, depending on how much you love that person you're buying the present for, but either one, you can't go wrong. So what is Ticket to Ride? Look, to be honest, most people probably heard this game, but you're basically collecting these cards, and you're turning these cards into, well, in this case, it's horse and carts, and you've got to travel from one city to the next. It's a connecting game, and look, to be honest, anyone who's played Ticket to Ride, this is one of those intro games that is going to get people hooked. So you can't go wrong with bringing out a Ticket to Ride on a games night, when friends come over, when family's around. Ticket to Ride Amsterdam or Ticket to Ride Europe 15th Anniversary Edition. Number 5. So what I have for you here is Parks, but I'm not recommending Parks. What I'm recommending is Parks Memories. Now what Parks Memories is it's a matching game. So as you're growing up as kids, you would have played matching games. You flip over one card and you pick another one, you flip it over and you got to match them up in pairs. Look, Parks Memories is that, but it's that on steroids. And what it's going to do is it's going to show the people that, look, I feel comfortable with this game, I feel comfortable with these mechanics, but it's showing me something more, something a bit more exciting. And the art, the parks, the US National Park artwork is sensational. And here's the thing, if they get hooked on this game, why not try the bigger brother Trails, and then the even bigger brother Parks, and then you've got the extension Nightfall. So you can't go wrong introducing them to that sort of Parks series of games. So that is number 5, Parks Memories. Number 4, look at this baby. This artwork is fantastic. We have Century Golem Edition. Now, this is based off Century Spice Road, which is it's been a staple around for years, but this Century Golem takes it up a notch with this beautiful artwork. And what you have also is you have a couple of other ones in the series. So again, like a few of these others, if they like this game, you got more you can buy for them next Christmas. Century Golem, what you're doing is you're collecting crystals and you're trading those crystals in for the Golem cards, and that's sort of how you win. But that's such a simplified way of understanding this game. This game is an absolute beauty. Everyone is going to love this when it's on the table. It looks beautiful. This art is fantastic. I can't rave about this enough. Century Golem Edition. Okay, number 3. So look, what we have for you is we have Marvel Splendor. Now, Splendor has been around for ages. Splendor is magnificent. We have all played it, but what we have now is the Marvel Edition, and this is going to get people even more hooked on this game. So basically, artwork, look, the Marvel Universe at the moment is banging, and what we've got now is a game that's going to take you into that world, but with such simple and catchy sort of mechanics that everyone, from your family members to your friends, everyone's going to come and play this game. So Marvel Splendor, number 3, absolute cracker of a game. You got to get this one. Okay, so now we're getting into the big boys now, the top 2. So what I have for you is Azul, but not the original Azul. I've picked Azul Summer Pavilion. So the reason for this is the color. When it's on the table, it's going to catch people's eyes. So when we're trying to get beginners into board games, what we want to do is we want to be able to fascinate them. And this is going to sit on the table and people are going to want to look over and go, what is that? Look, it's at its heart, it's just an abstract game. But this one has so many great things going on. You're collecting your tiles. So what happens is each turn you've got 4 tiles on this coaster, and you got to pick just a certain color. And look, I can't explain this enough for you. You have to go check out a video. If not, go ahead, buy this. You're gonna get this in most stores. Azul Summer Pavilion, great game. And here we go. The number 1 recommendation for a Christmas present for this year for your beginner board gamer in your life, I've picked Cascadia. Cascadia is stunning. Beth Sobel artwork with such, again, and this seems to be the main theme of all these games. They're simple to sort of teach, simple to pick up, but what it's going to do, it's going to catch people's imagination. They're going to keep bringing this game back out to the table. So in this game, you've got habitat tiles and you've got little animals, and you've got to pick these set them. So you may want the habitat and you may not want the animal, but you have to take both of them, and then you put it in there you're building your little world there in the Pacific Northwest of America. This game is spot on. Everything about it is spot on. So this is my number 1 recommendation of board games that you could buy for your loved ones, for your friends, for whoever it is. But wrap this up, put this under the tree, and they are going to thank you for the rest of that Christmas day. They are going to love this game. So my number 1 recommendation is Cascadia. So tell me your thoughts if you agree with this top 10, or basically let me know how far off I was. But you know what? You can't go wrong, I reckon, with any of these games. And you know what? Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you on the next Board Game Bangers. Laters.